if you haven't been on the morning session, I'm Lynzie Nebel. I am the Vice President of Membership Engagement, formerly the Vice President of Young Professionals. But we're moving on up in the world. I'm everybody now. And so I've been on the board for 2.5 years, I think is the official amount of time. I was originally not an elected board member. I was appointed by then President Brian Grady as an opening became available in the Vice President of Young Professionals position. And then when my partial term was up, I ran for the position and was elected. So I didn't do that bad of a job within my first 6 months, 7 months, whatever amount of time it is. So now I am in the midst of my 3-year term. And I think now it'll be July 2021. I will be done or can run again, you know, wherever the tides take me. And so it's been a very interesting time. As of right now, I am the only female on the board. I'm not I think I'm the youngest on the board, but I'm not the only young person on the board. There are many young people on the board. I think right now we have a pretty lively group, so it's a lot of fun. We meet monthly to talk, usually remote, once a quarter. We meet in person or try to. So those always bring up some interesting events, and we usually try and coordinate them with, you know, if there's obviously ANTEC is usually where we meet, but also we try and meet at other types of events that are going on, try and coordinate those around those times, or sometimes we're in a different city, you know, looking for a new location to host an ANTEC or do something like that. So do a lot of cool stuff. It's, you know, it can be challenging. I'm sure a lot of people are shaking their heads. But you know, it's all done with the benefit of the society in mind and keeping things going and all that good stuff. Let's see. I think, I don't know how long that was. I don't know if I gave you a true 5 minutes or not. So I don't know if we're going to bring up the first. So we're going to play a game. We have 2 games. And the first game is we're going to try and do fun facts about the board. You can see that picture there. That was last year's ANTEC. And the original picture that we started to take, I was pregnant and Connor made me squat down on the ground. And I'm gonna hold Connor responsible because he said he wanted a classic football pose. I thought it was funny, but then we got yelled at because the pregnant woman was squatting down on the ground. So that's the group, and we're gonna play 3 fun facts about each of us, and I will lead you through those, and then we have a second game as well, which I will hang on to until we get through it. Let's see. All right. Are we ready to bring up the first one? All right, so I suppose I should move my chat windows and stuff. So this person played ice hockey all over the place, apparently. In Massachusetts, Michigan, New York, Pennsylvania, and the Netherlands. Was an ice hockey coach and went to Bobby Orr's last hockey game as a Boston Bruin. Did Jeremy Dvorak, Ray Pearson, or Brian Grady? Also, I feel like they're a big fan of hockey. You could probably add that as a 4th fact, just for fun. We have I don't know how long we're giving for each of these, but keep voting. I see 10% of you have voted, so there's 73 of you on there, on this thing right now. I know the answer to this one. I don't know the answers to all of them. I do know the answer to this one, so I will try and remain neutral until all the guessing is done. But I can say it's whoever you think would be most likely to be on skates. That's probably it. All right, we close it. It's Ray. Ray is a hockey nut. feeling those Bruins. And why do you have a picture with the Cake Boss, but you didn't mention that, Ray? Color me confused. That is also another good one. But playing hockey in the Netherlands, that does seem, that's a good one. I had no idea about that. All right. So I suppose, I'm sure I'm flying through these, but we can move on. All right. Served in the North Dakota National Guard Army as a welder metal worker. In college, his nickname was Gucci. I mean, I already know who this one is, but makes sense to me. And sang the national anthem at a pro baseball game. Okay, well, whenever we do the voting for this, we know who it is. I vote that this person sings the national anthem at all our events, plastic events. I don't care if they're SPE. I don't care if it's just a one-on-one meeting. I want songs. So, all right, let's see. Oh, I suppose next time I'll share the actual results so you can all see. Sorry. Sorry, Ray, you're the one who doesn't get your results shared. But I will say, Ray, on the last one, 47% of the people guessed it was you. 33% guessed Brian Grady and 20% guessed Jeremy Dworshak. So, all right, let's guess for this one. This person, this mystery person. I will say, no, I won't even say. I'm gonna keep it mysterious. Although I'm just now thinking I'm probably not going to be very good at hiding my own fun facts. So we'll see. I'll try and play it cool. I'll make something up. Maybe I'm a good liar. You guys don't know. Mercedes knows. She knows I'm a good liar. Okay, I just launched the polling. I don't know if I was supposed to do it or not, but. All right, so your options are Connor Carlin, me, or Jeremy. Oops. Okay, maybe I did this wrong. So I'm just gonna sit back and let Deb do her thing because that feels like the responsible choice with me. This is not one of my fun facts, but I think in the future I should say that, there we go. I can see it. Well, you know, one of my fun facts could be that I'm terrible at anything to do with IT. I'm just real bad at it. Usually Mercedes and I, podcast-wise, we rely on Mark Richardson. He's very helpful and he solves all our problems in a matter of moments. All right, voting is streaming in. I see some results. Oh man, it's in a dead heat. So this one confused some people. All right. It is Jeremy Dworshak. So I did not know Jeremy was a singer. What a fun fact, Jeremy, just so you know. You're now officially signing up for everything. And I love that adorable picture of you in the Army. I mean, you're so cute. Like what, 18, 19? God. But that's really cool. I did not know you were a singer. I'm just going to hang on to that one because I'm flummoxed, if you will. All right. Moving on. Oh, I should have shared the results. Basically, 85% of the people thought it was Jeremy, 8% thought it was me, and 8% thought it was Connor. So you two people that voted for me and Connor, you were wrong. This person dated for 6 weeks before getting engaged and is now married 35 years, was learning to become a chef before going to college, and on a dare spent an entire day at school and work only to be left with half of my beard and mustache shaved off. Well, I think this one's obvious. It's not me. because I would never shave my beard and mustache. Wax that. I'm a responsible person. So your options are Brian Landis, Scott Eastman, or Connor Carlin. So very interesting choices. Yeah. I want to know the story behind the beard and mustache shaved off thing. Was it an accident? Was it on purpose? Was it not a dare? Did someone pay you? I don't know. I don't feel like this game is solving a lot of my problems. I feel like it's bringing up more questions that I have. So the results came in as Brian Landis, and that is correct. 61% of you guessed that. Also, 28% of you guessed Connor. How could Connor be married for 35 years? He would have to be so young. And same with Scott. 2 of you guessed Scott, but it's Brian. Those are some pretty solid pictures. And also, Brian is a Penn State grad, which I'm Penn State Barron, and my husband was Penn State main campus. And if I remember correctly, his wife's also Penn State too. I know we had this conversation, but there were also coconut mojitos involved. So I'm like 90% sure I remember the conversation, right? So yeah, we are right there. All right. This person once had lunch in Paris, very close to the proximity of Naomi Campbell. She had a huge plate of bacon and eggs. Get it, girl? Speaks French and supports Manchester United as their preferred use of time. So let the voting begin. It could be Jaime, it could be Connor, it could be me. You never know. Maybe I dine with supermodels. Maybe I speak some French. Maybe Jaime does. Maybe it's Connor. Mercedes is calling me out and saying that I can't speak French. She doesn't know me. She doesn't own me. She doesn't know what languages I do or do not speak. My husband does speak French-ish. Like, he's not like fluent, but he's pretty good. So the results are in. Everybody guessed Connor, and they are right. Also, I didn't realize that this picture, I remember taking this picture of me, right, and Connor, but I didn't realize this picture existed. And I was sober because pregnant, so, but it's a solid picture. And look at him, Mr. Shades over here. But yeah, this is obviously a Connor one. I can't speak French. Mercedes is right. She does know me. But this is, look at Connor dining with Naomi Campbell. I want to dine with a supermodel, especially if she's eating a full plate of bacon and eggs, because I can keep up with that. Absolutely. If we're going salads, maybe not, but bacon and eggs, absolutely. And I think the Manchester United gave it away because, I mean, come on, Connor. That was an easy one. But yeah, everyone did end up voting for, so 42% voted for Connor, and that was the winning vote. 37% voted for me. People think I speak French. And 21% voted for Jaime. So this person plays classical guitar, or formerly did, biked Tour of Siena, and cultivates peaches at home. Could be Jaime, could be Jason Lyons, could be Brian Grady. Who could it be? I mean, let's see. Who screams biker out of these three? I don't know. This one I really don't know. I have my suspicions, but I don't know. So I'm, a couple of these I'm actually kind of getting, but this one is mild mystery. So we gotta see who else we got up in here. Classical guitar. Again, if someone plays the classical guitar, clearly we're going to make you play the guitar and we're going to make Jeremy sing. And it's just going to be a whole musical exposition every time we get together. And I'll just drink. I don't have any talents. Because I clearly can't speak French, as we've determined. Oh, Mercedes is reminding me I can play the viola. But not... play is a... It's not necessarily the word I would go with. But she doesn't know me. So okay, so far, Jaime's in the lead. Okay. Oh, everybody knows it's Jaime, our president-elect. He got 47% of the votes. Jason came in with 27, and same with Brian Grady, 27. So good news, Jaime. You and Jeremy are forming a musical band. I don't know if you knew this, but it is now. You're going to compete with Color Eye Blind. So, quite the traveler. I mean, I guess I suspected it, but you never know what people do in their free times. Because, yeah, okay. This person plays viola in a community orchestra. She has a great-grandfather with Marilyn Monroe, depending on who you believe Marilyn's father was, and has competed in several deadlift competitions. So, is it Bruce, Jason, or is it me? My question really comes down to, do you think that me, Jason, or Bruce can compete in deadlift competitions? Jason does own... Well, see, I don't want to say what he owns because he hasn't come up yet. And if that's one of his fun facts, I'm giving it away. And I realize I just gave part of it away. Whatever. I'm very bad at this. This is why I shouldn't be hosting anything. If there was some sort of top secret mission, please don't trust me with the secret. I cannot be trusted. Not to mention, I think I gave part of this away earlier. Whatever. It's me. Yes, my 10th great grandfather and Marilyn Monroe's 6th great grandfather. It's some crazy Swedish name, but yeah, we are theoretically related. But there's some debate on who her father was. So, and there's the fabulous Danny. For those of you who don't get to see his little face all the time. But yeah, and I did give it away with the viola clue earlier, but I blame Mercedes. We'll take her down on this one. So this person, oh, and 69% of you voted for me. So, and everyone else, you were wrong. This person has seen Pearl Jam over 130 times in concert, would choose wine if they could only drink one thing for the rest of their life. I mean, who wouldn't choose that though? Loves to travel and has been to 37 countries. So it could be Bruce, it could be Jason, it could be Scott. We don't know. The wine clue is not very helpful because like I said, that could easily be a fact about me. I think it could be a fact about most people. I don't know who doesn't like wine. If you don't like wine, I don't know that I trust you. But it's Jason. So Jason came in hot with 53% of the votes, Bruce at 33%, and Scott only 13% believed that you would drink wine for the rest of your life. And there's Jason's wife, and his birthday was yesterday, I believe, day before. And they own a CrossFit gym. That was what I was going to say about my clue, to try and throw people off the lead. But then I didn't know if it would be one of his clues. So this is all complicated. All right. This person plays bass for Color Eye Blind, is a muscle car enthusiast, has a 69 Plymouth Roadrunner and a 70 Plymouth Cuda, enjoys glamping with a 40-foot fifth wheel behind a Super Duty dually. Obviously, this would not be me because I had a hard time even saying all that. But good news, we now have a bass player, a guitar player, we have a viola, we have a singer. I mean, this band is really coming together. So your options are Bruce, Jeremy, or Brian Landis. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, that one was an easy one. I think we all know Bruce plays for Color Eye Blind because we all know Color Eye Blind. Great little band. So the winner is Bruce, coming in with 88% of the vote. All right. This next person played in a soccer game immediately prior to the U.S. men's national team playing Germany. Called Microsoft, and they ended up writing a computer program specifically for use in their research, and has 3 of the 4 major service branches covered with their children. 1 served in the Army, 1 in the Marines, 1 in the Navy. So, is it me? Is it Jason Lyons? Or is it Brian Grady? I feel like this one might be a bit of an obvious choice. Just in that me and Jason's kids aren't old enough yet. And the voting showed it because it's 100% Brian Grady. Sorry, Brian. Between you and Bruce, there's no secrets. Everybody knows you guys. All right. This board member enjoys hiking. Started a family rock band, the Brookview Bandits. And they're going to be a sneak preview during one of our breaks. Well, I'm jazzed about that. And it does help my whole band thing. And is a proud husband and father of 3. So, who could it be? I would go ahead and say it's not me, given that I'm neither a husband nor a father. But that's about the only one I can. I'm really jazzed about this family rock band thing. I want to know what instrument this person plays, because again, if I'm building an executive board band, I need to know what else. I mean, we can always double up on like guitar. So your options are Scott, Jaime, or Connor. I mean, I really hope that this person plays like the banjo, something a little unique, but can kind of fit into any band. I'm really focused on this band thing. So besides all the unending questions I have about everyone, I'm very interested in starting a band. So guys, I'll get it started. Maybe by next ANTEC, we'll have one going. I don't know. I don't know how receptive they'll be. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up next time we're out. And it is Scott Eastman. Scott, so many questions. Just be prepared for so much texting after this. 86% of the votes went towards you, Scott, and none towards Jaime, and 14% to Connor. Man, that is, like, I'm looking at my phone because I want to text Scott right now and move on to asking him what he's playing. So that is clearly all the board members. So I hope you enjoyed learning a little fun facts about us. Now we move on to our second game. And this game is, what celebrity does each executive board member look like? We'll work on the title. So these were all put through an app. So I can't take full responsibility, but what celebrity does our president, Brian Landis, look like? You have Prince William, you have Woody Harrelson, or you have Brad Falchuk, who's Gwyneth Paltrow's husband, and he's the writer for like Glee and American Horror Story, stuff like that. And I believe him and Gwyneth Paltrow just moved in together. They were married, but they were living apart for a while, which is probably good given her track record. I think he's like husband 4. I don't know. Either way, it's working for them, so good for them. All right. And the results are in. Brian, you are Woody Harrelson, which I'm a big Cheers fan. So like, I'm all for it. I love it. 60% of the votes, Woody Harrelson. I see it. All right, Brian Grady. Let's see. Your options. Who do you look like, Brian Grady? John C. Reilly, Mike Pence, or Michael McGrady. And so Michael McGrady is actually, I did look this up. So he's one of those actors that you see everywhere, but you like don't necessarily know like where he's from, but he's in like all those, like he's in the show FBI, he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he was in SEAL Team, Chicago PD. He's like in all those like cop and military and those types of shows. So I'm very interested to see what your results come out as, Brian. I knew it. The Michael McGrady. That's who. I don't know if it's McGrady or McGarty, but either way, that's who you look like, Brian. So good news. You're basically a cop or a military person in like every show on TV. Congratulations. Now we got Connor. So Connor, your options, Cary Grant, Jude Law, or William H. Macy. I feel like soul-wise, you match William H. Macy. But we'll see. We'll see what the people say. It's a dead heat right now. And I will say, the old Cary Grant, I can see it, man. Jude Law, you were Jude Law, but 56%. You were tied with William H. Macy for a while. So there you go, Connor. That's your celebrity lookalike. We're gonna put it together, this new board of all celebrities. All right, Scott, you are up next. So you get David Arquette, Brad Paisley, or that soccer guy, Lionel Messi? Macy? I'm sure I'm saying it wrong because that's what I do. I pronounce everything like I come from Buffalo, New York, and was sheltered most of my life. So there you go. That's my problem. Ho, votes are coming in. And I will say, I think the facial hair is a defining feature amongst these guys. I think that's a big leading thing for you. So it's Brad Paisley. I saw it. I knew it. All right, Bruce. I love these choices for you. So number one, Chevy Chase, always a classic. If you ever want to get really mad at a string of Christmas lights around me, I would love it. Ron Howard, I think it's kind of the ginger vibe. Or Bruce Davison, who is, again, another one of those actors that you see everywhere, but you don't know who he is. He's an X-Men. He's always a bad guy, which I kind of like him for like an alter ego for you, Bruce. I think that would be, you guys could be like the good and bad twin, you know? I think that would be a fun vibe you're giving off. All right. And you're Bruce Davison. I knew it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's the guy. Could not include him. Perfect. Okay, it's me. So the options are Elisabeth Moss, Goldie Hawn, or Jennifer Morrison. So Jennifer Morrison was in a House. She was in Once Upon a Time, happily, one of those fairy tale shows. Obviously, I watched it because I know the title of it. And then she was in How I Met Your Mother as one of the girlfriends for a while. I think the app mostly matched it based on the fact that we just all have blonde hair, but whatever. I'll take it. And I would like to assume the Goldie Hawn, like the Cary Grant type thing, it's a younger version, because otherwise I got to work on my skincare routine, and that Drunk Elephant skincare line is just not keeping up with me. Or it's too small kids. I don't know. It's a toss up. See, I feel like the voting is going the direction I assumed it would go in because I get this one a lot. So we have 20% of you voted. Elisabeth Moss. I hear that all the time. And it wasn't so bad when she was in Mad Men, but when she went to Handmaid's Tale, people are like, you look like that busted down, like tormented woman in Handmaid's Tale. I mean, I was never wearing any makeup and I was in sweatpants with spit on me, but still, it's rude. All right, Ray, Mr. Hockey. Your options, Vince Vaughn. Now, your two other options are a little lesser known. So I wrote them down. DJ Caruso is a director. So he directs like a lot of like creepy things, a lot of horror movies and stuff like that. And then Michael Petroni, also a writer in like a lot of like thriller type stuff as well. So lesser known, but they've done a lot of stuff, lesser known face-wise. But I mean, personally, I love the Vince Vaughn option. Big fan of Swingers, you know, Wedding Crashers, always a classic. Plus anything you throw Luke or Owen Wilson in, I'm going to watch it. Michael Petroni, that's who you are now. 50% of the vote, 47. We round up here. So that's you. All right, Jaime. Yours, George Lucas. I mean, who wouldn't want to be Mr. Star Wars? Martin Scorsese or Joe Mantegna? Who's it gonna be? I will say, I think the glasses play into this one. When it was like selecting, the app was selecting. And my husband did help on some of these, but he didn't help all the way. Man, this isn't a runaway here, Jaime. You got 15% of the people on have voted for you, and it's pretty decisive. So you are Martin Scorsese. Congratulations, man. Enjoy your millions. Jeremy, Mr. Gucci, if you will. We have Dean McDermott, Colin Hanks, or a Wahlberg, the Donnie Wahlberg. So what are you? Are you a Dean McDermott? Who's he married to? Is that Tori Spelling? There we go. Dean McDermott is married to Tori Spelling. We have Colin Hanks. Mercedes is wrongly guessing that Dean McDermott is married to Gwyneth Paltrow. No, that's Brad Falchuk, and that was an earlier option, girl. Get on my celebrity level. Or Mr. Wahlberger himself, Donnie Wahlberg. I mean, listen, love me a good Wahlberg. You might, okay, Dean McDermott is where the vote finally went, but for a while it was close with Donnie Wahlberg, but Dean McDermott won in the end, 59% of the vote. So again, I think glasses play into it. And Jason, Blake Shelton. And I will say the Stellan Skarsgård, it's the younger Stellan Skarsgård. It's the same with the Cary Grant and the Goldie Hawn thing. We're not going with their current ages. And then Steve Kloves, same type of thing, because there's some younger pictures that the app pulled up. So I'm very, very interested. And the blonde hair, I think, played into a lot of what the app picked up too. So let's see. Oh man, it is close. You might be a split vote. 21% of the people voting. We'll see. Who are you? Who are you, Jason? But that's like a regular question. Who are you? And for those who don't know, Steve Kloves is a screenplay writer for Harry Potter. An exact split vote. You're Blake Shelton and Steve Kloves. And I know it's Clovis because Danny corrected me on the pronunciation. It's not Cloves, it's Clovis. So I'm just putting that out there. I was already corrected, so none of y'all need to do that either. So that's our board. That's everybody. We're all celebs, so you learn fun facts about us. We just look forward to serving the society, doing good stuff, doing cool stuff, and yeah, reach out to any one of us. Got cool ideas. We love it.